As feared, the administration announcing today the president will not veto a bill that allows American citizens to be indefinitely detained without trial on American soil if there is even a suspicion they might have ties to terrorists. In our third story tonight, the defense authorization bill passing the House early in the evening after the White House abandoned its threat to veto the legislation over provisions on terror suspects. $662 billion bill which authorizes money for military personnel, weapons systems, the Iraq and Afghanistan wars, and follow-ups. The president had previously vowed to veto it if it included the indefinite detention clause. Today, however, the White House Press Secretary Jay Carney announcing that with the last-minute changes, after intensive engagement by the administration and the president himself, the president would not veto it. Mr. Carney saying in a statement today, quote, "We have concluded that the language does not challenge nor constrain the president's ability to collect intelligence, incapacitate dangerous terrorists, and protect the American people, and the president's senior advisors will not recommend a veto." Representative Gerald Nadler of New York, who will join us presently, taking to the House floor today to express outrage at what he says is the latest example of a decade-long assault on civil liberties.
In the last 10 years, we have begun to let go of our freedoms, bit by bit, with each new executive order, court decision, and, yes, act of Congress. The changes in this bill to the laws of detention have major implications for our fundamental rights. Whoever it reaches, the government would have the authority to lock them up without trial until, quote, the end of hostilities, unquote, which, given how broadly the AUMF has been used to justify actions far from Afghanistan, might mean forever.
Civil liberties groups also condemning the administration today. Human Rights First President and CEO Elisa Massimino saying in a statement, the American people need a leader whose commitment to smart national security policies will not wane in the face of opposition from Capitol Hill. This legislation will be a loaded gun in the hands of any future administration. The ACLU's Laura Murphy saying Mr. Obama, quote, should more carefully consider the consequences of allowing this bill to become law. Occupy Washington, D.C. protesters also staging a sit-in in the Senate Armed Services Committee Chairman Carl Levin's office today to protest this bill. Joining me now is promised Congressman Gerald Nadler, the Democrat of New York. Thanks for your time tonight, sir.
It's a pleasure.
What on earth is the president doing on this?
Well, the president was talking about vetoing the bill, but only because he thought it limited his power. He was not talking about vetoing the bill because it gave the president the power to order the indefinite detention without trial of anybody, basically. And I think quite clearly does that. Now, some people on the floor said today that all it does is codify existing law, but that's not correct. What it does is to codify in law the claimed power claimed by Presidents Bush and Obama to put anybody, including American citizens, in jail forever, indefinitely, without any trial or due process whatsoever. That's quite a terrible blow to American liberty. We should have had hearings and debate on the bill itself, and not simply as part of a massive bill that many people voted for other reasons. We're on the question of can you arrest an American on American soil, for that matter, and keep him in custody indefinitely simply because you say he's a terrorist.
It's funny how presidents tend to think alike after a while. Representative Gerald Nadler of New York, thanks for your time, Congressman, and thanks for your work on this.
Thank you.